Good morning, good evening, wherever it is you are in the world. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Today I'm going to talk about some of the different cryptocurrencies that are on Coinbase. Maybe you're new to crypto, maybe you're new to Coinbase. Either way, I'm going to spread some wisdom that's going to let you get your hand in the cookie jar that is cryptocurrency. So sit back, relax. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is Zach, and as always, I'm your host here on the Divine Dividend. So today we're talking Coinbase, but more importantly, what I want to address is, whether you're new to crypto, whether you're new to Coinbase, you have some money and you don't know where to put it. Like, what's a quality cryptocurrency? Which ones have been around the longest? Why are they different from each other? What do they even do? So that's kind of a little bit of what we're going to get into today. Coinbase does have 23 different cryptocurrencies that they offer, but I just want to put a few things into perspective for you first of all, okay? So right here, we're taking a look at CoinMarketCap. If you look here in the top left, it's going to show you that there's 5,690 different individual cryptocurrencies, okay? So yeah, there are a lot. 5,690 compared to 23, okay? That's a staggering difference. But what we do like about Coinbase is they've been around for a pretty long time. I want to say since like 2013, 2014. Well, I guess actually it was 2012. Either way, I'm almost positive none of you guys were trading Bitcoin back in 2013, 2012. But another thing we like is that it's so easy to use. It's so easy to trade and buy and sell, to utilize the wallet, to send from one person to another, send from Coinbase to another exchange if you'd like, and pretty much just move it around however you'd like to. It's a very simple, clean looking interface, and it does factor, the 23 that it does have are all reputable and ones that have a lot of trading volume. So one of the things you can run into on a different exchange is you might get this no-name crypto that someone is like, oh, this is going to 10,000x. Cool, so you buy $10,000 worth and you want to sell, but there's only like 100 people or 1,000 people trading it around the world. It's kind of hard to find a buyer. Coinbase will act as like a bank. So if you're buying or selling Bitcoin, you don't have to worry about finding a buyer right away. You're most of the time buying it or selling it to Coinbase. Coinbase puts it in a reserve, and then that way your transactions go through a little faster. But that is enough about Coinbase. Let's get down to it. Which coins do we want to put our money in? Well, there's three things you have to keep in the back of your mind real quick, just based on what kind of portfolio you're looking for. Do you want the moonshot? Do you want the safer bet? Crypto as a whole is pretty speculative, so if you're taking a risk on something that's already speculative, just keep in mind what you're doing. All right, but three things we're going to look at: stability versus risk, growth potential, which is kind of related, and lastly, the technological factors. So, for instance, Bitcoin, who's been around the longest, it's already made most of its advancements. It's probably not going to change that much more in the future. It might have different scaling factors that'll make transactions a little faster, make transaction fees cost a little less, but inherently it's not going to change very much. There are coins coming out every month, every year that are aiming to be the next Bitcoin, be the next Ethereum. So we're going to see if their technology is a little bit better or if it's something new entirely. Okay, so the first coin we have to talk about is obviously Bitcoin, okay? And for this example, we are going to go by large cap, mid cap, small cap. And Bitcoin is really the only large cap cryptocurrency that there is. It's just significantly higher than all the others. But for example, in this, you want to put 40% of your portfolio into Bitcoin, all right? So just if you've never even heard of it, if you don't know anything about it, Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency that there was. It was made in 2008 by this guy named Satoshi Nakamoto. Nobody knows who it is, if it's a group of people. It's just a pseudonym for some random person or a small group that came up with this. And it was in response to the financial crisis of 2008. But basically, there's only 21 million that can ever be. At the moment, there's 18,423,412 Bitcoin out right now. I believe the last Bitcoin is supposed to come out sometime around 2150. 2,150. So in 130 years, okay? But if we come out to July 7th, where is it? Oh my God. Okay. This is the cheapest that you could have ever got Bitcoin on Coinbase, all right? July 7th, 2013, at a price of $75.29. Can you imagine if you had bought Bitcoin at that point and rode all the way up here to the top, $19,000.62? The ROI, the return on investment, is just astronomical. There is a reason Bitcoin is the #1 performing asset ever compared to any stock, compared to oil, compared to gold. It has gone up more than any other asset class ever of all time. It's amazing, okay? So, and if you're just looking real macro, this might not even be the top. There's another bull run that's coming. Bitcoin and all the cryptocurrencies move in cycles. It might be a year and a half. It might be 2.5 years, because judging off past cycles, it's always best to sell in November, December, maybe early January. But all we know is Bitcoin is here to stay. All right, moving on. Now we're in the mid-cap section. This is going to make up another 40% of your portfolio. These are the 4 that I'm most interested in for this range. We're going to talk about Ethereum, Ripple, Chainlink, and Tezos. Okay? Ethereum was the #2 cryptocurrency for the longest. It still is. It was the innovator of smart contracts. Okay? The other thing you have to know is Bitcoin's its own blockchain, Ethereum's its own blockchain, XRP is its own blockchain. There's a lot of different blockchains out there. However, there's a lot of coins that just have a lot of technology, but they don't want to produce their own blockchain. They'd rather just focus on their technology. So what they'll do is they'll go through Ethereum, okay? And they'll essentially make their own token based off Ethereum. They are now called an ERC20 token, all right? So Ethereum, the #2 cryptocurrency, has a valuation of roughly $25.6 billion, okay? But as we can see at the hype at the end of 2017, early 2018, it got up to almost $1,400. And if we look at the current price right now, we're looking at about $235, $236. Even if we just get back to its original all-time high, that's still going to almost 6 or 7x your money. And I think we can go a lot higher than that during this next bull run. Also in the mid-cap category, we have XRP or Ripple. XRP is its own company in the real world. They're a banking system, and they're kind of controversial because originally the point of cryptocurrency and Bitcoin was to become the new currency, replace fiat, and XRP is kind of working with the traditional banking system. This gives them a lot of room and access to so much money if they can implement XRP into the banking system. All right, that would be transferring billions, if not trillions of dollars per day worldwide, giving it a phenomenal valuation. It is worth noting that they have 44.2 trillion currently in the circulating supply out of a total of almost 100 trillion XRP. Okay, so just keeping that in mind when you see it right now that it's at 17 cents, almost 18 cents. For XRP to go up into the 50 cents, $1, $2, even at its high of almost $4, that's going to be a humongous swing in its overall market cap. Okay, so just keep in mind that for there being almost 50 trillion and eventually 100 trillion XRP floating around, it's just going to have a massive market cap. So the price isn't going to go just exponential. You probably won't ever see like a $100 or $200 XRP. That being said, just given its potential, it makes it into one of my favorites. All right, moving on to Chainlink. Chainlink is probably my absolute #1 favorite crypto out there just because of the service it provides. So remember when I was saying that like Bitcoin is its own blockchain, Ethereum's its own blockchain, and there's just a ton of different blockchains out there. Chainlink acts as an oracle, which allows the different blockchains to actually communicate with each other. Right now, just because it's so new and they don't have their mainnet fully out yet, they're still a little centralized. So this is just due to the fact that their mainnet just launched in July of 2019. Originally, it was Binance was the first exchange to adopt some of their information. However, if we look right here, this was just posted a couple days ago, July 3rd. We'll see that Huobi, which is an amazing, like humongous Asian cryptocurrency exchange based out of Singapore, they took it one step further by running their own node on the system through their wallet. With every single partnership and every single node that Chainlink gets, they just get more powerful and they also get more notoriety. So this is a list as of February 4th, 2020. It's probably gotten bigger since now. But there are 31 different partnerships that Chainlink has, most notably Oracle, which in regular finance, just the regular world, not crypto, is one of the biggest cloud and Oracle providers to exist. And more notably is the Google Cloud service. Okay, so these are just a couple of the partnerships they have. If these guys are supporting Chainlink, then you probably should as well. So on top of all the great news, Chainlink also happens to be the #1 performing crypto since the beginning of January 2019, going from a price of 29 cents, and we are currently sitting at almost $5, at about $4.80. All right, ride the wave, people. This coin's only been around since September 2017. It's brand new. It hasn't even shown all the stuff that it can do yet. So just keep paying attention to this one. Okay, the last token we're going to talk about in the mid cap range is Tezos, codename XTZ. This token came out as well in 2017, in the year of the ICO. So many tokens came out that year. That was like towards the end of the last bull run. But Tezos focuses on DeFi and dApps, so decentralized finance, decentralized applications. If we go back to its all-time, we can see that at the end of the last bull run, it got to $12.19. At this time, towards the end of 2017, DeFi and dApps had barely just been a thing. They had not fully matured at all. We still haven't even seen them fully mature, so we have not seen the full capability of Tezos. But it has done well on Coinbase. And something we can do here, which is one of my favorite selling points of Tezos, I guess, is you can stake it. So this is essentially just earning a dividend on your Tezos. So all you do if you want to do this is just go from overview, go to the wallet. You'll come right down here below send and receive, and you can click stake. I've already done it, but what you do is you just earn 4.9%. And this varies a little bit. I want to say, I don't really say what it is. But once you start staking, it'll take 35 to 40 days for you to get your initial interest, and then you get paid every 3 to 6 days after that. So just so you can see, I got paid on July 1st, June 28th, June 25th, June 22nd, every 3 days. And I mean, it's like 20, 25 cents every single time, depending on the value of Tezos at the time. Well, right now, well, at least at this point, I've earned 2.86 as a lifetime reward. And it's going up by like the millionth, you know. But that's because I don't really have that much, to be honest with you. At this point, I only have 205 tokens, so a little over $470. In the future, I'm absolutely going to be making this a much larger part of my portfolio. I don't know if I really want to take anything out of Chainlink, but ideally, I would see Chainlink and Tezos be at about the same percent in my portfolio. All right, we're just going to wrap this up with our small cap cryptos. This is going to make up the bottom 20% of our portfolio, or the riskiest part. Since we've already spent $400 between our large cap and our mid cap, we're down to $100. And these are my top 3 favorite moonshots. Okay, we got Stellar Lumens, Omise Go, or the OMG network, and Kyber, or the Kyber network. All right, so you could put $100 in one of these, $33.33 in each of these, whatever the case. Go ahead, and this is where your risk is going to come from. This is how, you know, Bitcoin might perform well, Ethereum, these other ones might perform well. These ones are either going to flop or they're going to skyrocket, and this is where you potentially make a lot of your money. So when you're determining how much risk you want to have, maybe you want to have 30%, maybe you want 40% in these small cap ones, just in the off chance that this is the one that kind of blows up, you know? Maybe one of these is the next Ethereum. Maybe one of these is the next Bitcoin. All right, so if we take a look on Coinbase, these are in order from market cap from highest to lowest. So if we scroll down here just a little bit, you will see that Stellar Lumens is kind of high up here on the list. It's in the top 10 with a valuation of about $1.4 billion total. Okay, but it's only 6 cents to get one token. So you might feel comfortable buying like 2,000, 3,000, 20,000 Stellar Lumens, okay? And you know, that might fit into your price range if that stays below your 20%. But just know that it's at a $1.4 billion market cap, so it doesn't have quite as much room to grow. So when we go a little bit further down here, we see Kyber Network sitting at $1.68 a token with a market cap of only $305 million. And then just below that, Omise Go, $1.50 a token, but a $210 million market cap. So these market caps, the ones that are way down here, even Orchid, like I don't even know that much about Orchid. It might be something to take a look at, you know? But $10 million market cap. So what if Orchid's the next Bitcoin? That's going to go all the way up to 162 billion. Do you realize the return on investment there would just be insane? So I'm not saying that is at all. I'm just saying look at these coins down here that have a lower market cap, and don't just buy it because it's low. Like I tell you right now, if you were just going to buy DAI because you see it's only $1, this is a stable coin. It's supposed to be at $1. You're never going to make any money on DAI. So you need to know what you're investing in. But some of these other ones down here that have a low one, like I said, specifically OMG Network or Kyber Network. Kyber Network is brand new. It's only been around since 2018. It's part of the DeFi space, which is exploding right now. Omise Go is based out of Thailand. They work with McDonald's and Burger King over there. Omise was actually this company, which is essentially the Asian PayPal. So they already have a vast network that they're just trying to convert into cryptocurrency. So just take a look at some of these other tokens in here. Basic Attention Token, BAT is a browser. They use the Brave browser. So instead of Google Chrome, you could use the Brave browser. And then instead of getting paid cash with ads, people would get paid Basic Attention Token, which then they would just convert to cash later. So just go ahead. There's a lot of really cool projects out here. And just because I didn't mention them doesn't mean that they're not worthy by any means. But I was just letting you guys know some of my favorites, all right? All right, guys, that is it for today. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching. If you like what you saw, go ahead, smash that like button and subscribe. Now you have a place to smartly invest your money and your time. See you next time.